The voters' evaluation of the government's response to COVID-19 was overwhelmingly positive. Far more than half of the respondents said the government was doing a good job in both its quarantine measures and its response to the economic crisis. The results of the latest survey showed that 77.0% of the respondents approved of the government's effort to contain COVID-19, with 36.4% answering the government was doing a very good job and 40.6% answering a good job. Negative evaluations only reached 22.0% as 12.9% said the government was doing a bad job and 9.1% a very bad job. A closer look at the positive views according to age groups showed that the people in their 30s, 83.3%, were most acceptive, while people over 60 years of age had the lowest percentage of favorable views, 72.9%. A regional analysis showed that the people in the Hanam region, 92.0%, were most satisfied with the government's response. The percentage of positive evaluations was smallest in the Daegu and the Gyeongsangbuk region, 65.8%, which accounted for the majority of COVID-19 cases, but it was still nearly twice as high as the negative assessments, 34.2%. The figures in the Seoul metropolitan area were similar to the average, Seoul 75.6%, Incheon and Gyeonggi-do 77.6%. The responses showed a clear difference depending on the parties that the respondents supported. 97.2% of the Democratic Party of Korea supporters approved the government's efforts, whereas negative assessments, 56.5%, surpassed positive ones, 40.9%, among the supporters of the United Future Party. Among the unaffiliated voters, positive evaluations 74.0% surpassed negative assessments 24.6%. When asked about the government's response to the economic crisis triggered by COVID-19, 62.2% assessed it in a positive light. Very good job 15.7%, good job 46.5%, showing a significant difference with negative evaluations 35.4%. An analysis of the positive assessments according to age groups showed that those in their 30s, 67.1%, and 40s, 65.4%, surpassed the average. Meanwhile, respondents aged from 18 to 29, 59.1%, were least favorable. The younger people, directly affected by the unstable labor market with self-employed businesses shutting down, seemed to take the economic crisis relatively more seriously. A regional analysis showed that the Daegu and Gyeongsangbuk region had the smallest percentage of positive responses with 51.2%, but it was still higher than the negative responses, 45.3%. The Pyongyang Shinmun Commission Matrix Corporation, a polling firm, in time for the 21st parliamentary election on April 15, and gathered public opinion on election issues. The survey of 1,000 men and women aged 18 and older was conducted nationwide for 2 days on March 27 and 28. A structured questionnaire was used in random telephone interviews, 19.4% wired, 80.6% wireless phones. The respondents were selected according to region, gender, and age in proportion with the demographics based on resident registrations released by the Ministry of the Interior and Safety on February 2020. The survey had a 95% confidence level with plus or minus 3.1% margin of error. The response rate was 15.8%. For details, please refer to the National Elections Survey Deliberation Commission website www.nesb.gokr.